Travis Kelce leaves training camp limping after finishing practice day 12th with his teammates. The scene unfolding at Missouri Western State University as the sun broke through the early morning clouds, casting golden light across the field, where the Kansas City Chiefs gathered for another grueling day of preparation. The air alive with anticipation as fans streamed in, clutching everything from foam fingers to glossy posters. The majority of them wearing the number 87, the iconic symbol of Travis Kelce. Each step he took watched closely by eyes full of admiration, hope, and concern, especially as word spread about his visible limp. A slight but unmistakable hitch in his stride that had everyone exchanging worried glances. Yet he kept moving, powering through the pain with the determination that had become his trademark. The crowd's excitement undampened as chants of "Kelce, Kelce" echoed across the facility, children bouncing on tiptoes, eager for a glimpse of the man who had become a legend in their city. The training staff hovering nearby but respecting his space, aware that this was a player who knew his own limits better than anyone. The coaches watching his movements with a mixture of pride and anxiety, knowing how crucial he was to their plans. The session beginning with a series of warm-up stretches and agility drills, Travis methodically working through each movement despite the discomfort. Sweat beading on his forehead as he balanced on one leg, rotated his ankle, then switched to the other, grimacing briefly before forcing a smile for the fans. The trainers kneeling nearby, occasionally exchanging quiet words, but he waved off their help, insisting he could manage. Moving from high knee runs to butt kicks, the limp more pronounced during the latter as he favored his left leg, his right foot not quite clearing the ground with each stride. Yet he pressed on, refusing to be sidelined, pushing himself through ladder drills that tested his balance and coordination, his eyes locked on the end of the row, jaw clenched. Teammates offering encouragement with quick slaps on the back. Mahomes, jogging past with a grin, shouting, "Let's go, Trav!" and Kelce responding with a thumbs up, hiding the pain behind his trademark swagger. The session transitioning into positional work, tight ends gathering near the 30-yard line for blocking, drills, coaches barking instructions, Kelce stepping up first, squaring off against a rookie linebacker. The two locking up as Kelce drove him back, planting his feet and twisting his hips, the effort causing him to wince, but he held his ground, refusing to yield an inch. The coaches nodding approvingly, fans cheering as the rookie stumbled. Kelce offering a hand to help him up, whispering some advice and clapping him on the shoulder. The intensity ramping up as the offense and defense lined up for red zone work, Mahomes dropping back, the pocket collapsing, Kelce breaking off his route, planting hard on his right foot, a sharp intake of breath as he spun toward the sideline. The limp now almost a stagger. Yet he extended his arms, leapt impossibly high, and snatched the ball out of the air between two defenders, landing hard but holding on. The crowd erupting in applause, kids screaming, signs waving, the moment captured on dozens of cell phones. The coaches calling him over, asking if he needed a break, but Kelce just shook his head, hands on his knees, breathing hard but determined to finish the drill. The trainers exchanging glances, jotting notes on their clipboards, concerned but unwilling to challenge his resolve. The next set of drills focusing on route running, Kelce lining up against a cornerback, faking inside, then exploding to the outside, the limp now a persistent shadow, his gait uneven as he accelerated, but still managing to create separation. Mahomes threading a pass through the coverage, Kelce reaching out with one hand and pulling it in, spinning upfield, the crowd roaring as he raced toward the end zone, slowing only as he crossed the goal line, glancing down at his leg before jogging back to the huddle, his steps growing heavier with each repetition. Yet he refused to quit, pushing himself through every rep, every cut, every catch, the pain evident but not overwhelming his competitive spirit. The sweat pouring down his face, his jersey clinging to his back. Yet he kept moving, kept fighting, kept delivering the kind of performance that had made him a fan favorite and a cornerstone of the Chiefs' dynasty. The coaches eventually calling an end to the session, players jogging off the field in small groups, some stopping to sign autographs, others heading straight for the locker room. But Kelce lingered, hobbling slightly as he made his way toward the barricades where fans had gathered, his limp now impossible to ignore. Yet he smiled, high-fived children, signed everything handed his way, pausing to chat with a young girl who wiped away tears as he held her hand, telling her to keep chasing her dreams, her parents snapping photos, thanking him over and over. A middle-aged man holding up a sign congratulating him on his relationship with Taylor Swift. Kelce laughing and making a heart with his hands, the crowd eating it up, the moment pure magic for everyone present. The trainers urging him to head inside, but he insisted on staying, moving slowly down the line, signing caps, jerseys, cards, even a pair of shoes, wincing occasionally but never losing his composure, the limp more pronounced as the adrenaline faded, his steps growing shorter, more labored. Yet he pressed on, determined to give every fan their moment. The staff finally convincing him to head back, helping him navigate the tunnel to the locker room, where he sank into his chair, head in his hands, trainers immediately at his side, removing his cleats and examining his ankle, the joint swollen and red, Kelce biting his lip as they probed for tenderness. The medical staff discussing possible treatments, but he waved them off, insisting it was nothing serious, just a tweak, something he could handle. The pain part of the game, the price for greatness. The reporters waiting for a word, Kelce finally, agreeing to a brief interview, wiping sweat from his brow as he spoke about the day's practice, the energy from the fans, the thrill of seeing kids with their homemade signs, the way the city's support kept him going, the questions inevitably turning to his limp, the injury, the trainer's concern, but Kelce brushing it off, saying he just got his foot caught on a bad patch of turf. Nothing to worry about. The focus always on the team, the season ahead, the championship to defend. A quick question about Taylor Swift, Kelce smiling, saying she understands the grind, always cheering him on, her support making the tough days easier, the moment lightening the mood, reporters laughing, the tension easing. The trainers wrapping his ankle, icing it down, advising rest. But Kelce already thinking about tomorrow, about the next drill, the next challenge, the next chance to prove himself. His determination unshaken, his focus absolute. The pain just another obstacle to overcome. The fans waiting outside as he emerged, limping but smiling, a small group of diehards still hoping for an autograph, Kelce obliging, taking his time, making sure everyone felt seen, the security guard urging him to get in the car, but Kelce waving him off, signing a few more items, posing for a few more photos. The black SUV finally pulling away, the crowd cheering as he disappeared from view, the day ending with applause, hope, and a sense that the season was already off to a memorable start. The limp a concern, but not a crisis. At least not yet. The fans confident that their hero would be ready when it mattered most. The coaches discussing his workload, the trainers planning extra treatment, Kelce himself already plotting his comeback, the city united in support, the stadium still buzzing. With excitement, the memory of his performance lingering long after the sun set, a reminder of what made him special, what made him great, and why. Despite the pain, despite the limp, he would never stop fighting for his team, his fans, and his city. The story of the day spreading across social media, fans sharing videos, photos, stories of their encounters, the narrative growing with each retelling, Kelce's grit and determination inspiring a new generation, his willingness to play through, pain a testament to his character. The city's love for him only deepening. The season ahead full of promise. The limp a footnote in a larger story, one of resilience, passion, and the unbreakable bond between a player and his city. The anticipation building with each passing day, the countdown to kickoff underway, the fans already dreaming of another championship, the legend of Travis Kelce growing with every step, every catch, every moment shared on and off the field. The future uncertain, but the resolve unbroken. The story far from over.